problems. I'll try as much as possible to make sure making sure that you guys are following. So we're going to the next session. So these assignments, don't forget these assignments. I'm going to, if I didn't see anyone solve these assignments, in fact, I will not be happy at you guys. So this is the assignment for the first one to show that you understand this first part. All right. So now we're moving to the next line. Now we want to add, remove, and then change items in our list. All right. So now we have a function already set up, that a function already put in place for this. All right. So which is actually first, which what we call the append function. We have this function right here called append. And then now to use this append function, what we need to do is, I said, okay, what we need to do is attach it to our variable. The variable. Who is that? I can hear myself. Who is that? Samuel, can you mute yourself? Nice, thank you. Okay, so now this is our variable, right? So now I'm saying students equals favor, Temitope, and Fetia. Then now this time around we want to add to this list. All right. So what we're going to do is actually this, you're not going to see this just pop right into it. You know, but although wherever we are seeing, anytime we are calling students from from this line downwards, is going to understand that this particular student array has increased. All right. So now we're going to say students. I think we need it. Students dot append. All right. Now we say students dot append. So we're saying we want to add an object to this student. We want to add just one more object or one more data to this. And let's see. Let's grab someone's name here. Who else? Let's open this. Who else? Okay, I can see Anab. Let's say we're adding Anab here. Anab. And then the thing is, if we should run this, you're definitely going to see that nothing is going to happen. Just watch. Watch this. Nothing is actually happening. It's only ending here where we are calling like the first row of the array, the first list of the array. So let me clear this. Let me clear this and then run again. So you see, it's just only printing this from this particular line 5. So it's not showing us. But now let's do something. Okay, so let's do something to make us notice the changes. Okay, so let's do something to make us notice the change. Underneath it here, I'm going to print students again. We're going to print students again. Print students. So let me do something just to make sure. Let me drop my WhatsApp number here. So should in case I'm offline again, so someone amongst us should just like reach out to me by calling either directly or via WhatsApp. So +234 7040 218796. So should in case I'm out again. All right. So yes, now we're printing students again. So let's check now. Let's check before we do. So now here we have favor, which is when we tried grabbing this. And then when we printed students, we have favor, Temitope, and Fetia. Then you were not looking at it. I thought we added Anab. Yes, we added Anab. But after adding Anab, that was where the code ended. Like that was where our code actually ended, like here, after adding Anab. So we still need to ask the computer again now that after we've added Anab, because compilers or interpreters doesn't read to and fro. They only read from line 1 and then they continue reading till the end. All right. So then we're going to say students. Sorry. Just going to print students. Print students. Students. All right. So let me cancel this first and then explain to us Okay, so now when the interpreter is coming, it says, okay, this is students, all right, equals. Oh, that means this is a variable, all right. So, all right, so anywhere I see students now, I know that students is favor Temitope Fetia, and then which means favor Temitope Fetia, and then it's going to print out favor for us to see. And then yes, here it says print students. Oh, okay, now it wants students. All right, I'm just going to grab this and then print it out for him to see. And then print it out for him to see. Okay, then let's go. Okay. I don't need to do anything about this. There's Ash. So this is definitely a comment. So I don't need to worry about this. Okay, I don't need to worry about this. All right, so there's something here again, students. So students, so instead of calling these students, when it gets there, you say, okay, favor Temitope Fetia dot append. All right. So what we're going to append here, ANAP. So then it says, okay, so this is no longer favor Temitope Fetia, although it has already called it this right here before. So this is what you still remember when it was here. It was now when it gets here that it now said, okay, so this is favor Temitope Fetia and ANAP. So now, okay, they want me to print everything again. All right, so what I'm just going to print out for them is favor Temitope Fetia and then ANAP. All right, so okay, let will not crash our code. All right, so now let's run this and confirm if our calculation is true. Okay, and as you can see, the first time that we called it right here, it gives us favor Temitope Fetia, and then that's it here, favor Temitope Fetia. And then the second time we called it, after we've added ANAP, when we called it again, it says favor Temitope Fetia ANAP, and then favor Temitope Fetia and ANAP. So I believe we've understand this part now. So, but we've not finished, but at least we've understand how to add now. So the next session, we're going to learn how to remove, okay? So you can't remember who we want to remove. So, but before we remove, let's do something crazy so that we can remove something crazy. All right. So after including ANAP, so let's include someone else too. Let's include. Okay, someone wants to ask a question, and if it's not a question, if you're raising your hand, you can speak. Is that a question?
Yes, it's a question.
I don't think so.
It's a question.
Yes, go on.
Hello, I'm talking.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, thank you. So, do we really have to add the hashtag sign whenever we have to print? Like, is it that whenever we run it,
I'm using this to tell. No, I'm just using this to tell you the outcome. I'm predicting the outcome. That was why I added this. Comments, this hashtag is a comment, like it's not going to run the code. I'm just telling you that this is what we will get if we run this. I'm just using this to explain. It's not going to be there. Let me remove it. I'll go turn to problem. Let me remove it.
All right, thank you. I also have another question. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first printing we did was print student, right? And when we got to the adding, removing, and changing item side, we have student dot append. Let's say now I want to print. What are we doing? Is what we are doing? Are we doing printing student dot, or we printing everything together? Like that student and append. Now it means we are printing the students and we are also printing plus ANAP, right?
All right. Your question is actually very, very interesting. All right, but it still discloses that you're not following deeply, because here we learned how to create a list and set the list inside a variable called student. So I'm just going to recap everything from the beginning now. All right. So that's why whenever we are asked to like join in, we need to come right when the session starts and then make sure we're following line by line, because I'm trying my possible best to explain to like break it down to baby steps that we can actually digest. All right. So here we have a list. we created a list with these items inside of them. Favor, Temitope, Fetia. All right, we have 3 names inside this list. Then we assigned it to a variable called students. All right, so then I now explained that computers don't count from 1. Computers count 0. So it is 0, 1, 2. So although it is still 3 items, computer will still tell you that it is 3 items, but computer will count it from 0, right?
One
So
and two. Yeah.
yes. So now let me remove the other ones. Let me remove these other ones, cut, and then I'll paste it later, but I need to explain this again. So here we now want to print. We now want to print this variable here, and then we want to print this variable that is here, and then now I set 0. So is 0 normally for humans calculation should not mean anything. All right.
Yeah.
So if I
Yeah.
should it's 1 right here, actually it's supposed to be this. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be this for us because we're asking it to print the first one. But
But
this
to
is
bring
what
them
it is going to be here. This is A. But it is going to be this one. Why? Because computer counts from 0. So it's going to be 0, and then 1, and then 2. All right. So let me put hash so that we'll not have error. We'll not bump into error. So 0, 1, and 2. So now we've added 1. So that means computer is going to, for humans, actually, for humans, this would have been, so for humans, this would have been 1, and this would have been 2, and this would have been 3. All right. So now
Yeah.
let's run this and see what it prints when we pick 1. So let's still add that this is human count, and at the top, computer count, computer. Okay. Now when we run this, okay, let me rephrase. Sorry. So when we run this, and you can see it prints out the mitope even after adding 1. So this is to show you that computer counts from 0, and when we added 1 to print the one in the first index, to print the one in index 1, it's actually the mitope. But for human, if we want to grab the mitope, we would have said 2, like give me the second one. But for computer, you tell computer that give me the first one. And then you can tell the computer, give me the one on index 0, give me the one on the first index, give me the one on the second index. But for human, give me the one on the first index, second index, and third index. Yet, both is still saying that we have what? 3 values, all right? We still
Yeah.
have 3 values. We have 3 values. So both human and computer agrees that we have 3 values here, but humans count this as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But computer counts as 0, 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 and so on. All right.
Yeah.
So now let's continue. Let's continue. All right. Is this clear? Okay, so now let's continue. Well, okay. Let me list this back. Okay, someone else asked a question. Ask your question if you're there. Ask your question. Okay, nobody. All right, no. So, okay, you have. Yes, ask your question. Yes, go on.
No, no, not you, please. Not you. Continue. Thank you.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Just
So
move the mic.
now,
So if you have any
now that
topic,
we've
just
understand, okay.
Sabra.
And then, okay, something is wrong here. It says input where okay, line 1. Oh, rest with. All right. Again. What's
Didn't
going
get.
on now? Let me read it. Let me count down and read it now. It says program Python 313 Python.csc. Wait, does that mean no, it's still connected? Still here. Still connected. Still connected. Okay. Set invalid syntax. Where? Okay, this is a list of 3 names, students, and this is a list of 3 names, students, blah blah blah, and all right. So line 1. This is line 1, and it only contains comments. Okay. So let me remove this terminal and then run again. Okay, it's working perfectly now. Okay, so then here on line 8, we printed students. So we say students, where is it? So inside our students, we have Favor, Temitope, Fetia, and then now there's an assignment here, which you guys need to do later on. So, and then now here we are adding, removing, and changing items. So I was now explaining that if we want to add, we use a function called append, an append function like this. We have an append function. So now inside this append, we're going to put the value that we want to append, the data we want to append, but then before the append, we're going to put in the variable or the function that we're going to append to. So we want to append to our students. So we have students dot append. All right. So now we have to give it a data to append. So that was what gives us, that was where we went and grabbed the name ANAP to add to it. So now after adding ANAP, even if we are to run this, the only thing is going to run is just these same 2 things that we've run before, the Temitope and this favor session here. So if we should run this, it's the same thing again. So let me clear the console, shift this up a little bit and then run again. So this is everything again. So now from line 21 onward, anytime it sees students, it is now going to add ANAB. So it doesn't know ANAB to line 20, but when it gets to line 20, ANAB was added to students. So anywhere it sees ANAB from line 20 upward, where the ANAB was initiated to students. So anywhere it says print students. Now, so let's print it. Let's print students again. Print students. So anywhere it says students, from now that it knows that ANAB is part of the team, is now going to print ANAB as part. So now let's run this. And that's it. You can see. So it's still run across. Let me just control L this. And run it again. we can agree that we understand adding to list and now want to remove from list. So if you still have any question, you can still stop me. So now remove, want to remove, sorry, remove. So I want to remove from list now, all right? So now it's actually very funny, all right? So we have two methods of removing, what's this, remove, all right? So we have two methods of removing a list. We have two methods of removing a data from a list, all right? Which the first one is using the remove also, as simple as it is, the remove function also. And then the second one, we have pop. Okay, so but before we remove, let's add something. Let's add something to students. All right, let's add more value. So let's append here. Let's say students dot append. All right. So table is actually not a name. So we are going to remove table. All right. So not only table, let's add chair also. So let's add a chair also. And then let's print this first. So let's call students, not students, students. So then let's print students. All right. So, and then remember we have two different type of removing function here. All right. So we have two different type of removing function here, only that they do separate things. All right. So remove actually helps you if you know everybody on that list. If you know all the data on a list, that is when remove is like very useful. Like it's very, very useful. So if you know everything on the list, you can remove exactly what you want to remove. So first of all, let's first confirm that this table and chair has been added. So let me just cut this first, then clear this our terminal, and then run this again. Okay, it says most recent call last. Just add the two at once. What's your problem? Do you have to be adding it one after the other? Oh, my goodness. Okay, we're just going to add it so you can see here. All right, so apologies. So Control L and then okay. So we have table. So let's just add chair also. ALT shifts down and then turning this to chair. All right, turning this to chair. So now I'm going to assign both. All right. Sorry. All right. So now I'm going to assign both now, and then we're now going to see. Sorry, I'm going to print out both. Is what I wanted to say. So when I print out everything to get from ANAP to table then to chair. So I'm going to now. Hello, can we hear me? Am I still there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, can we see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
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 Okay, all right. So I'm going to run this again. I'm going to run this. And then this time around, you can see ANAP, table, and chair.
Fatih, unmute yourself, please.
We've added table and chair. So this is table and then this is chair, all right? So now, we want to now use these two different things. So that's why I added two extra values so that we can use it to learn, all right? So the first one is remove. So, and then just as I've said, I said remove actually works in when you know that particular data. So now we want to remove table. So here in my remove, I'm just going to add table. So it's capital T, because it's actually case sensitive. It's going to tell us there's nothing like that there if we try to use small letter when we actually assigned it using capital letter. So remove table, but then now let's students dot remove table. So let me remove pop first. Okay, let me add the parentheses first, then remove it. And then, as you can see, it says favor Temitope Fetia. Okay, we've not printed it. Print, we have to print it again. Just imagine this stress. Printing, students. Print students, all right? So now let's run it. All right, so as you can see, favor Temitope Fetia, ANAB, table is gone, and then chair. So now that we've known what remove actually does, so now the last one, what does it do? So now what does the last one do? All right, so here, let me paste it here, pop. So pop here, you don't have to input anything inside here. So what pop actually does is that it removes the last item. So definitely our last item is chair by the time it gets to this place. So we're going to remove and students dot pop, just like that, and then it's going to remove chair. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's copy this and paste here so that it will print them separately. So that when it removes chair, we'll see it, and then when it removes the last object too, we're going to see it, because if I should keep it here on after this table, it's just going to remove the two and we won't notice the changes. All right, so let's run this, and here we go. So here removed table specifically, and then we have chair, and then this was when we used pop, and it's removed chair automatically, and then we have our facia and ANAB all together again. All right, so now what do we want to do next? We want to change items. All right, or to change items in this array. So we're going to change one of us. So who is going? All right, so let me just change myself. So now let's go back to our code right here. Remember, adding, removing, and changing item. So now we want to change. So here we want to change item, right? So we want to change item here. And then now what I'm going to do is just very, very simple. Just call students, just call students, and then give it an array. So who am I changing? I'm changing myself. Remember that computer actually counts from 0. So I am the first person on the list. So that means I am 0, right? So we'll now say set 0 equals, and then give it a new value. So let's grab one person from the meeting. Let's grab one new person from the meeting. Who do we have here? First person. Okay, we have someone here, Abosede. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing it well. Abosede. Okay, so now we are replacing favor with Abosede. So now it changes my name to Abosede, and then now let's print it out and send C. Okay, so now let's run this, and then now you can see in the last one, this last one that we actually run here says Abosede, so it has this particular one here. All right, so I need to give you guys a classwork, an assignment for this particular one here again. So what should I call this assignment? Okay, someone has a question. Ask away.
Yes, I said that. So that is equal to is the sign that is used to command replacement, right?
Yes. Actually,
okay.
For any programming language, is saying that whatever is at the right, keep it in the container at the left. So anywhere you see just one single equals like this, it's telling that particular program that whatever is at the right, store it in the left. So, but this one actually has this array or list. You can call it array, you can call it list function here. So it's definitely just going to store it inside its list function instead, because it's actually a list to begin with. So that's how you can actually call a list. So
okay, my question, Gongon, my question is that the list that we are doing now, please, what is it for? What is the list? Is it the list of things that are on a website, how it used to appear? Or I really want to know what is it. I understand the process that you have taught us today, and I'm grateful, but I really want to know what is this list meaning in the, in the website, development.
You want to know what?
I want to know what are these things standing for in the,
Am I the one breaking? Is it my connection?
Is it breaking?
Hello, is he still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still speaking.
Yeah, okay. You said you wanted to know what?
Yes, I want to know the meaning of this, the entire thing that we have been doing, the list. What is the list used for? What is it? What is the meaning of this?
I'm actually going to re-explain. And then it's going to be the last time I'm going to re-explain. So this meeting was actually.
I get the process.
Yes.
And I appreciate it.
Yes.
I want to know what is the meaning.
Okay, now, a list is like a basket, like where you put multiple items, and then you put different kind of items, but then you store it with one name that you might actually need something from it later. You're just keeping some valuable information. For example, maybe you set up a website and then you want to keep the name of your users in a particular stuff. So here you can name this maybe users, and then their names will be storing here, inside here. So maybe you now need the name of all your users. What you just need to do is just say print users, then it brings out the whole name. So if there's a particular name that you want to remove, ban, or something like that, then you can now pop the name. If the name is the last, you can use pop. And if the name is somewhere around inside, then you can use remove function to remove that particular stuff inside your students, inside your user list. All right. So it's just like used when you want to group similar items together, and then you just give it a single name to know that, okay, all of my users are inside this list. All of my money are inside this list. All of my, resource are inside this list. All of my images are inside this list. All of my API links are inside this list. So that's just what like list is probably used for.
Thank you.
All right. So, and I think list, this thing I'm actually doing is what we're supposed to be looking at in our week 2 assignment on Python, isn't it?
Well, maybe the rest of the people should answer, because me, I have been left behind. May God not let me be left behind.
Yeah, I think that
wrong.
It's part of what you're going to do in the assignment.
So it's actually I knew it. That was why I'm trying as much as possible to see if I can teach 3 of the session this night, 3 out of the important these things this night, and then by tomorrow we can. My goodness.
I want to ask, are you recording this?
I am recording it, but you won't believe that my mic was muted all this while in the recording software. Good. Okay, you're recording too. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Because I can't see you. I'm not seeing you. I can't.
You can't see the screen?
Okay, I can see the screen now.
Okay, you're joining with your mobile phone, right?
Yes.
Okay, you can probably scroll to the top and check, or like quit and join the meeting again, then refresh. It's going to pop out the screen, okay?
No, I can see the screen now.
Okay. All right, no problem. So your assignment, create a food list, and then after creating a food list, what should you do? Yes, like add a new food. Okay, someone ask a question. No one has a question. Ask your question. Ask. Nobody. Change.
Hello, sir.
Food. Okay, yes. You said? You're
okay,
saying?
Yeah. Okay, I'm saying the guy who has just said that he was recording, please to share the link with us after the class, kindly.
Yes, it's going to. It's definitely going to. And so you can actually share the link. And I would actually
Thank you.
give access to it also. So the first section, Dami, the first section, you're just going to cut it and send to me so that I can match with mine also. You know, I'm still recording. You know, that first section doesn't have like audio recorded, so I can just match, like cut it out from there, then resume from this end here with the voiced one. So let me see. How many minutes have we been recording? How many minutes is this? Okay, this is like an hour. The record is okay, no problems. So let me stop this record here and then initiate a new one first. Once it is an hour straight. Okay, now, so this is your assignment. Create a food list, add a new food, change a food, not change your food, change it. So change one of the food, then print all the food. Okay, so that's for lists, and that's everything you need to know about list, how to add, how to remove, and how to change an item from the list. So the next one we're going to, before we move out of list, I'm just going to show you a simple example, all right? I'm going to show you a simple example uh, of how to use a loop with list, all right? How to use a loop with list. I'm going to show us an example of how to use a loop with list. But before then, let me stop the first section. Stop recording. Okay, stopping recording. And this is going to take like, all right, remoxing. All right, so I've initiated the second section. Okay, which might probably fall in to be around the fourth section if I'm breaking it down, or third. Okay, so now that we've, I said I wanted to teach us how to use a for loop, like a loop, how to use loop, sorry, loop with lists. Here, just use hashtag. So a loop with lists, all right? Now, so here, using a for loop, we want to loop through our students list. So which means with the help of this loop, I can actually like greet all my students, which is actually very, very funny. So now watch this. For students, I'm going to initiate a new variable for students in students. All right. So what I'm trying to say now is I'm creating a new variable and then I'm picking one. So this for is like it's picking one out of this. Say pick one in this. Pick students in students. So pick one, store it here. Then after picking one and storing it here, do something. So let's tell it to print. Let's concatenate a string here. Hello, then I will include my student's name. Hello, then students. All right. So pick. So for what was the? I don't think I can remember. Okay, Abosede. Yes, Abosede was the first one. For Abosede, okay, for students in students. All right. So students is now Abosede. Hello, Abosede. Then it goes inside the list again because there's still more inside the list. Then it goes to the second person. Who was the second person? You can think Temitope. So for students in Temitope, then by now, since it's gotten to this place now, students is now Temitope, then print hello Temitope, and so on and so forth. So let's run this and then see for ourselves. So as you can see, hello Abosede, hello Temitope, hello Fetia, hello Anap. So that's just how to use like a list, a loop to create an automatic, an automatic greeting message that greets everybody at one at a time. So instead of you now start typing hello by the student that is grabbing hello this, hello that, or maybe you're saying print, maybe you're trying to do something like print hello Let's say maybe you're trying to do something like this. You're trying to do something like this. Then you're not saying students, and then like you're not calling the first person. You're not doing hello, the first student, hello, the second student. No, that's actually going to drain you. So with this just simple loop, you can greet everybody once, and it's going to pick the first one, set it to students, then hello, whoever has been set. Then it goes back to the second array, set it, and then prints this again, greets the second person, greets the third, greets the fourth, greets the fifth, as long as the array might be. All right. So that's just the simplest trick behind like using a loop to just run through a list. All right. So, okay. So let's create an assignment here for you guys again. Let me give you guys an assignment here. There's also an assignment here. I'll be pushing this. I'll create a repository for this and then push it. So it's going to be it's going to be attached as the link to the repository will be attached as a description for this video when we'll be uploading it. So you can actually go there and then grab access to this assignments. But for those who are here in the meeting, I will still just, copy this and then paste directly to the message section there, so you can copy, screenshot, and snap from your screen, whichever way. So now let's continue. So I'm going to give you another assignment here. So this assignment, I'm going to say, let's say create a list of 5 colors, and yeah, use a loop to print. Who's that? Are you just joining? Okay. Let's say. Let's say I like the color. I like the color. Yes, I like the color. So you do this for color in the list. So I like the color. So let's say you have colors like red, blue, yellow, green, whatever, like orange, red, green, blue, indigo. Then you can have I like the color orange, I like the color red, I like the color green, I like the color blue, I like the color indigo, I like the color whichever. Still see my screen? Like, am I still connected?
Very well, very well.
Yes.
Right. Thank you. So now, okay, what else do I need to discuss on list so we can go on? Okay. Now, sort. We can still sort. So sort is actually like a very stupid it's a very stupid and very useful function when it comes to lists. All right, are we still there? Can we still hear me?
Yeah.
Are we there? Hello?
Yes, we are here.
Thank you. So thoughts. So let's quickly just do it. So let's just say students. We don't have much time to waste. So students dot sort. Now, what does sort do? Sort is it's just stupid. So it just sorts the list in ascending order and then like return none. So it's going to like sort. It's going to set everything in ascending order from A to Z. So which means what we're going to have is going to be Abosede followed by Faithia, followed by Temitope, and no, Abosede followed by Anab, AA, then followed by Faithia, and Temitope would be the last in the list. So let's print again. Now that we've added sort, let's print print, and let's print students again. So now let's run this. And then, as you can see, Abosede, Anab, Faitia, and Temitope. So that is just for sorting it. Sometimes useful and sometimes doesn't even, like, it's not useful. So, and then we also have a very bad function, all right? So which is actually the clear function. So like the clear function. So I'm not going to use it. So because you use this to remove all items in the list. All right. So now we said we already have sort. There is certain things assembly. We also have another one too called what do we even call that one? I had reverse. Reverse. It's just going to reverse the list. It's not like it's going to sort it. It's just going to reverse it. So which means Anab was the last person in the list. So Anab is going to be first. The third person on the list was Fetia. So Fetia will be second. Then Temitope will be third. And then Abosede will now be the last. So the first will be the last will be the first. And that's it. And so on and so forth, like that. All right. So now, let's actually just quickly create like a small project. So I said at the end, we're going to create a small project. So which project should we even make? Okay. Okay, let's do a register, like a student's register app. Let's do a student's register app. So I want you guys to follow me now. Like open your mind, open your eyes, like follow everything line by line. All right, this is me. It's already. So do I just use no? Okay, let me call it pupil now. Let me call it pupils. All right. So we have some pupils in class. So I'm going to create an empty list first. So now I have an empty list waiting to be assigned, waiting for something to be assigned into it. All right. So then now I'm going to say while true. All right. Want the loop to just start initiating by itself. So no conditions before starting. So while true, just begin immediately. So then I'm going to say set a new variable and then call its name. So and then this name, I'm going to use it to grab an input. This is where I'll allow the students to register themselves. So I can say enter student name or enter your name. You can also enter done to stop. You can enter done to stop. All right. So this is where was the name. Let's put a space here so that when we're printing it out, there will be no space between the words and the input of the users or the teachers. So now our first function will say if name, then we're going to convert it to lowercase, lower. So we're using lower. If name, then we're using lowercase, is equals to done, because we want to use done to stop it. We want to use done to stop it. So if name is equals done. So for those who have been following my Python session since the very beginning, you understand when I explain to you the difference between single equals and double equals. The single equals is to assign whatever is in the right inside the left container. And while wherever you see double equals is a comparison, we are comparing two things together. And the first one means that this particular variable here called name, is it whatever value it has, is it the same value as what we have at the right side, which is done? We have done right here. The value we have here is done. So if this is done, then that means the first one is correct. And then the second one, it will now ask that done that is inside it, what's the data type? Like, is it also like a string or a number? So if it says it's also a string, then that means this is correct. So this double equals is comparing that, is this a string and also the value is same. So if it is true, then this particular block of code that we're going to run next would run. So, but if one of it is only correct and the second one is not correct, it's not going to do so. So, but if it is true, we want to stop the loop. So we are going to add break. So this break means stop the loop. Else, the more, if you're entering a name and you hit enter, it will be asking you for more names and it will be storing them. It will store the name, store until you now say you're done. Then it will now break the loop. Then after this, oh my goodness, I'm not trying to run it yet. Enter. All right. So now I can now say students, pupils. Now I can now say pupils, then dot append, so, and then name. So remember, after everything has run, that means if you input a new name, as long as what you input is not done, then that name that you input will be added to pupil. So pupil will have the first name. Then while true will run again to ask you to enter a student's name. When you input a name, since as long as the name is not done, then it will add that name to pupil again. Shift this so that it not keep confusing me. Pupil again. Then the more, as long as it's not done, add it again. As long as it's not done, add it again. As long as it's not done, add it again. As long as it's not done, add it again. So, and it continues like that because it's a loop until you now say done. Because done here asks if the name is now done. Because here, you might actually mistakenly type your own lowercase. So that was why we converted it to lowercase here to make sure it rhymes with what we are comparing it with here. So we converted we converted everything you're giving here to lowercase, then compare it. So if it's not the same, it appends, but if it is the same, breaks, and it's going to stop the loop. All right, so let's continue. So now I'm going to registered students. Are we there? Like, are we still with me? Am I still online? Are we there? Hello, anyone?
Yeah, with you.
Yes, thank you. So now I'm going to print registered students, and then now remember that loop that we used the other time. So this is where that loop actually will come in handy for us. So I'm going to say for pupil in pupils, or I can even say something else from child. So it doesn't matter. But what just matter is where you're grabbing the value from, where you're grabbing the value from. So pupils. So from pupil in pupils, and then the next thing, I'm now going to print. Let's not use hello again for them. So let me just print the name of this student.
Welcome.
Let me just print the student and then just add this in there. Pupils. All right. So now app is complete. So Cheryl, I want to ask question. Do we run it? Do we test it out, or we have anyone with question? Should we run it now?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
So at the print section, in the bracket, you had double quotes and and this the dash sign.
Yes, hyphen. It's just like with this, I'm just like, how do I say it now? I'm just giving it like an empty, okay, everyone needs to use it to explain it. I'm just giving it like an empty, sorry, what's it called? What do you call this thing? Bullet point.
Okay,
See,
okay,
just like
okay.
that, just like I'm trying to like give it like a bullet point or something like that. I just want it to like stand out. So sometimes it's not like maybe it's even doing anything. It's not maybe it's very, so I'm just there's an error somewhere. Let me look at my code again. I've made child. Sorry, child here. So okay, I've debugged it. So now let's go. Okay, there's still another error. Where am I making the error? Where am I making the mistake? Okay, 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 okay. Let's see where have I made the error. Okay, we have pupils, and then we say while true, name equals this. And then if name to lower equals done, then break. Then pupils dot append the name, right? Then here print registered students. Okay. Then for child in pupils, print then child. I don't think there's an error anyway else. So wait, let me just remove any other thing. Still gets error. There's still an error. Where? What line? Invalid. What syntax is invalid? What syntax is invalid? Okay, what syntax is invalid? Where? Where? I'm trying to. What syntax is invalid here? Okay, so let me just read through line by line again. Did I make any mistake typing in it? I don't think so. Okay, wait. Is anybody seeing anywhere I typed anything wrong there? Because I don't think so. I don't think I typed anything wrong at all. See? Okay.
Sorry, I want to ask.
Understanding you. What do you mean? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me, please?
Okay.
I
Can you hear me, please? Hello.
Anyway. Still.
hope it's not the register print registered student side.
Let me remove this first. Let me remove this. Maybe it's this. We still have the error, so it's not here. Control V. Oh, is it because I haven't saved it? I'm coming. Control S. Don't know. Can saving it be a problem? No, it is not. There's another syntax error somewhere. Please don't tell me it's from my comments. Yeah, it's from my comments here. Let me remove my comments first. Okay, let me run this. Let's run this. No, there's an invalid syntax somewhere.
I think maybe the problem with the print side. There is nothing on the upper side that is labeled as registered students.
Which of the prints? Like,
Yeah, that side. There is no, the pupil side. There is no registered students there.
okay, Okay.
Yeah,
Print.
maybe it's
when-
supposed to be print
Yeah.
pupils.
You mean this particular
Maybe it's
place
supposed
here?
to be print pupils. Yeah, instead
Yeah.
of print registered students.
Is it my
No,
connection
no,
that is
no.
breaking
The
or it's
print
yes?
registered
Hello, can you hear me?
students. I can hear you.
Fatia.
Especially.
Anyone?
So what me I'm trying to say is number 12. Okay, let's use number 12.
Okay.
Yeah. You wrote print registered students.
It's not number,
Then
it's called
students.
line. Line 12.
Okay, line
Okay.
12. Sorry, thank you. So the
Yes.
line 12,
Okay.
you wrote print registered
Okay.
students. And please, can you scroll up a bit?
Okay.
Is it up or down? Yeah, I think down. So and line 3, line 3 upward, there is nowhere that was no line there was labeled registered students. So maybe it's supposed to be print pupils instead of print registered students. At least maybe we are to print what's on the upper lines, right? Are you with me?
Is it still my is it still my from my end here? Because I actually the thing breaks throughout.
Okay, one thing okay, let me ask a question then. These registered students,
Yes.
where did we bring that from?
From the section said name is equal to input enter student's name.
Okay, that
No, you
yes,
print
that's the name.
variable. I think you have to print variable, and the variable there is the pupils.
It should be pupils
Okay,
instead of
that's you said
registered
that
students.
you print a variable here in the enter student.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess it
print.
was I guess the variable, it was a variable issue.
Okay, no. So this is what I want to print. I should be able to print what I want to print. So this particular part is not essential that I print
People.
what's it called? That I print a variable. I can actually print something like something that is actually not even variable, something that is not even close to a variable. All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes. So
I
I
want
can
to ask
everything.
a question, please.
We have
Sorry.
more people bringing up suggestions. Okay. Yes. Yes. Go on. Bring yours too.
Okay.
Or with you.
Unlike in JavaScript now that we use semicolons to end code, we don't need anything like that to tell where the code stop or anything like that.
Okay, no, Python is just like a sentence programming language, like just an English language programming language. You don't need any semicolon, brackets, full stop, whatever. No, you just
All right, all right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sorry. Sorry, sir.
Any other person?
I think in the chat, someone dropped her own code. I guess it was Mercy, and she said the code ran in her side.
Okay, like it worked at our own end.
Yes, she said it
But
worked
it's not
at her
working
own
at
end.
my end, though. That's what has given me after running. Yes, you see, enter student name, or that's yes, it's working at your own end, but it's not working at my end now. I don't know what's wrong with this PCO. It's not running. It said there is an error somewhere. I don't tend to know where the error is. What I'm saying, I don't think there's anywhere the stuff is actually okay. Okay, wait.
Hello.
Let me run this again. Okay, user local programs Python PLP list.py list.py. Okay, wait. Let me see. Okay, maybe we should just open you from here. No, it won't make sense to just open the file directly like that. But at least this is the file right here, right? Okay, let me close this and save. Okay, so for those who can actually multitask, or I mean like do other things from your end here, do you mind trying to like write this code and then see what it says at your end? So because Mercy has already confirmed it that my code is working, but at my own end here, my code refuses. Is acting like evil spirit. All right, so let me copy the code. Control A, Control C, and then let's paste it here. So if we have anyone that can just try this out for me, and then let's see what it does at your end there. Right. All right. So what did he say at your end? I'm listening. Anyone? Anyone at all? I'm still waiting on you guys. So I hope I'm still connected.
Yeah, yes, I are connected.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just going to spare us we're just going to spare like 3 minutes for us to confirm from our ends and see if it runs. So if it runs, then we'll know that I don't know what's wrong with my IDE. So we just know that at least the code was my code was correct, and the issue is from this thing here. Anyone? We have just 1 more minute. Anyone at all? Are we there? Okay, that's it. We will not be able to wait for us that long. So let's just agree that since Mercy actually confirmed that it was working at our end. So okay, yours too is working. I've saved it though. I don't even know. I'm thinking of maybe running it using like terminal command, like using git bash to run it instead. So let me just run it again. Okay, if it still doesn't work, then I'm just going to change this. Bye-bye. I'm going to use git bash. So once git bash is live, then I'm just going to say Python list.py, enter. And then, okay, you see, it's actually working. I knew it was supposed to work because I couldn't get access to, like, is it possible for me to write? Okay, well, I'm not saying like I'm an expert, but at least with what I know, I'm not supposed to get like an error like just like that. All right, so now let's continue so we won't waste any much more of our time sorting stuff that is actually going. So all right, so I need to enter the name of some students, right? Let's get names from here again. Let's enter like 3 to 4 names. The first name I'm seeing is the same Abosede again. Dami Art, PTI again. Favor. Leonardo. Okay, let's just use the ones that I can keep in my head. And if I forget, don't go with that. Okay, so we have the first students, Abosede. Okay, we have Dami Art. Then we have there's a Vivo and there's a Leonardo. Right, so and we are done. So by hitting done, we should get this should stop, and then it should show us the registered students. Done. So registered students, and then Abosede, Dami Art, Fetia, Favor, and Leonardo. So I think with this we are able to sum up everything that we've learned on list, right? Well, that means we can go to the next one. So I'm supposed to drop an assignment for this too. Let me drop an assignment. Drop an assignment.
Because I'm not hearing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't think that is it. Okay, thank you. All right, no problem. So I'm giving you an assignment. You're going to create this particular same register, this registration, student registration portal. Yes, student registration portal. And then, but in yours, you do this. First of all, you add code to remove a student name, right? Then next, just make sure students are not registered twice. So I'll give you expo. Just use if to check. Right? Then then now you can print like the total number of students registered. All right, so once you're done, you send me the link to your repo in my DM, and I'm going to check it out, copy your code, clone your code rather, then run it on my terminal. If it doesn't work, tell you it doesn't work. And if it works, you're good to go. All right, so someone should check. What was the second thing again? I don't my phone. Where? One again.
Is it for the class for tonight?
Okay, let me see. Okay, I've seen it. So the next one, we're going to tuples. Are we still here? Are we here with me?
Yeah.
All right, so the next one, we're going to tuples, like tuples, okay? All right, so all right. So I've switched back to this window here, okay? all this. All right, tuples.py. Okay, so now, so in this particular model, let me check. I'm recording this. Let me check. Okay, let me stop this first. Let's start recording again. Okay. All right. So in this particular model, all right, this tuple model, when to use them and like how to write a safe, clean tuple-based code. All right. So this tuple safe, even all these people say they're just like giving us something that we're supposed to be doing when we've learned Python for like maybe 3 to 4 weeks. But no problem. So what is tuple to begin with? So I'll really start with the explanation. So when we hear the word tuple, what comes to your mind? So a tuple is like a list, but once you create this particular kind of list, you go use Satan beg God. You know, go fit change them. You cannot change it. So that's why I don't know why they gave it the name tuples. I don't even know the meaning of tuples, but I'm sure that's the meaning of tuples. So like, and an example of tuple can be like your date of birth. Your date of birth is something that cannot be changed. What else cannot change again? What are the things that cannot even change in this world? The sun. We don't have two types of sun. So the sun cannot be changed. Wind. Okay, wind they change. They turn to cyclone, all those nonsense things. Water remains water, except maybe you add something to it. But at least there are some things that cannot be changed. So we only use it when you need to like store data that should never be accidentally modified. So like expelled students. So that particular expelled student session, you save their own file inside tuples so that you will not accidentally go and include student that is not meant to be expelled inside of it. So anyone that you have actually assigned in that tuples from day one is there, it will not change, and like it's gone, something like that. It's just gone. So now, for example, tuples can actually still be used to, for example, let's say like storing students' data, especially like in schools. You know, like when you're giving your students, if you switch it, two things are involved. First of all, they will not go sabi who you be. Second of all, you go fail because you actually be using another student's ID, like a student number. Just like for permanent, like locked in values, Sha. So we don't have to like say anything too much about it. So let's let's get going. Okay. So let's get going. Now, first of all, let's actually create like a something like a base info. Let's just do something. All right. Let's do something like a base info. All right. So let's start with that base. Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, am I still connected? I don't think so. Yes, I am. Okay. All right, I'm just going to continue. So now I'm creating a bot. So uh, let's say Jesus. What's Jesus' son name, Seth? I don't even know Jesus' son name. Just the Jesus. Let's say Jesus Carpenter. No, let's not make fun of Jesus because we are good. Someone is actually calling me. It shows that I'm disconnected. Who is this that has been repeating? Am I connected? Can we hear me? Hello? Anyone?
We are with you. We can hear you.
In fact, it's going to cause trouble between myself and the person. All right, so let's continue. So we can see my screen, right? All right. Are we there? Hello, are we there?
Yeah.
All right. So let's say, what do we even John Glover. Okay, no, let's say John Glover, and then let's say the month of, what month is this? April, August, and in the year 2025. Okay, so now, and if I should print this, print then I want to grab just the name alone. So remember that we actually count using 0, 1, 2, right? So I want to print the name alone. So I'm going to put the index of 0. And then if I run this in my terminal, I should get something like, I know, like, what is the difference between the tuple now and the list? So now, I myself, personally, I'm throwing the question down to you now. What is the difference between the tuple and list now? This is a list here. Sorry, this is a list here. This is tuples here. So anyone, if I can't find any answer, we're not going to continue. Anyone?
Hello.
What's the difference between a tuple and a list?
Okay, let's say with the aspects of my own understanding. So can say tuple is a fixed aspect.
Yes, but like apart from the fact that it's a fixed, like how would this system know that a particular variable is a tuple variable?
Okay. Let's say about the recognition of system.
All right, so
Which
let me just explain so that we will not waste too much time. Okay, someone wants to say something. Yeah? Okay, so and a list. So this is a tuple, and I'm going to just duplicate it. And then this is a list. This is a list. A list is covered in this kind of array, this thing here, brackets, these square brackets. But tuples are in actual brackets, the curved brackets. They are actual curved brackets. Okay, so you can see here it says tuple literal, but if you bring it down to this one, it's going to say list. You can see list, but for this it says what? Tuple literals. So that's just the difference between both. And for tuple, you cannot use what's it called? Like it's immutable. You can't change it. So all those append, remove, whatever is actually not allowed. As a matter of fact, nothing is allowed. Okay, so that's what makes tuples stand aside. So now let's create more tuples and then like do something. You said? Yes. So yeah. So now let's create uh you said we have like different kinds of generating tuples, all right? We have different kinds of ways of generating tuples. Okay, so whereby first of all, we have like, let me just call that one the normal tuples. like the one like the normal tuples is like, let's say we're setting colors now. Sorry, I've been CSS colors, and in this tuple I can say maybe red and maybe blue, and then say maybe touch of green. So then this is like the normal tuple. And we have another tuple like maybe a tuple for like, especially if you need a tuple for like maybe one item. So if your tuple is actually like one itemed add a comma, add a comma to it. So if you're adding just one single thing inside, adding like a single tuple, all right? So then another way of assigning, how do you do that one again? Okay. How do we even used to do that one? I think that one was something that really even caused arguments. Kind of tuple was down. Tuple without brackets. In fact, I don't even know. I don't know I don't even know what to say about that one. But you can actually create tuples without brackets. So, in fact, this is optional. It's optional, but it's possible. It's optional, but it's possible. It's a very in fact, it can mess with your brain. For example, I can just have something like this, and 1, 2, 3, and so this can also work like a tuple. Look at it, it can work as a tuple. So I don't know why, but tuples can be assigned to nakedly like this. Because why this was actually accepted as a tuple. So are we there? Anyone? We're not there. Hello, are we there?
Yes, we are here.
Okay, we are here. You guys should be unmuting and be answering me. Oh, Abana. I would have thought maybe I've recorded a lot. No, try as much as possible to do the 3. So that means I will have to rush things because it's already 9 here, and that will be 11 for Kenyans if there's anyone here. So don't want to actually be walking. It might actually be a walker. So now we're going to be learning how to access a tuple data. All right. So to access the tuple data, I've done it just now. So let's do it with color again. I can just say print and then say color. All right, and then I can just grab let me just grab the second one, which is actually the third one, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So it's going to grab green, and when we run this, we're going to have green right here. Okay, so that is done. And what else? My code. Hey, I have a call from WhatsApp, and I need. This session where I host today, they make me miss important meetup calls. God. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, and then mind you, the fact that we cannot change for, let me just call it for TPL in colors.
So hold on.
Don't worry, I don't know. I will try to get back to the person. I don't want, because I'm actually recording from this place, and the software I'm using, you can't actually pause the record. So, and that will be stress for me when I'm trying to export the video. Still have to like track where there are spaces, start cutting and things like that. So print TPL, and if we run this, it's going to call out every color: green, red, blue, and green. So that's it. So what else do we need to do? So I don't even know. So shall like why and when we should use tuples. So you can only use it when the data should not, like the data you want to keep inside should never change, and like maybe the data is meant for lookups, like coordinates or like constants. You just need a constant stuff in. So let's create a mini project then. I think that's everything I can explain. So uh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. That's it. So let's just create a mini project, and I don't even know, what do I even call it. Are we still there? Like, are we with me? Am I still on? Let's create a mini
Yes.
project. I need someone to do that. All right, thank you. So let's quickly create our Tuple challenge. And this one, I'm going to call it lock my details or ID. Beg. That lock my details, that lock my ID. So now in this one, to this particular one, we're going to like create an app that's going to ask user their name and ID, and then store it in a tuple, and then it will print it out back to them. Okay. So first thing first, I want to create a variable called name, and then inside the name, I will ask the users. Give them an input where I can actually ask them to enter their. Then let me give it a space first. Okay. Then here I've asked their name, and then let's say ID. Okay, let me use students then, since we are collecting ID. So let me say student ID, and then I'm setting it equals to another input, and then I'm collecting their student ID here, collecting their ID here, and then say enter your ID. All right, so I'm going to give them a space. account, but this one is gone. And print student. So you can only view your identity if you forget, but you can't actually, let's say student identity logged. You can actually let's say spiral. And then my ID is 223409 AASD. Enter. And then student identity locked spiral and then 22430. Wait, let's do something more fun. Okay, no problem, Simon. I think that's just it. So we've been able to create an app that takes user name, user's ID, then locked it, and then print it, show it later for the last time. See your ID for the last time, and that's it. So now there's an extra power settings that we can actually do with Tuple. So after doing this, I might just went somewhere now, right? So you can actually like what's it called? Like how do I call it now? You can unpack this tuple. So when I mean what I mean by unpack is you can actually how do I say it now? You can actually like call out a particular one, the tuple. Like you can pick just one. You can pick just one property or one data that you want to print in particular. All right. So even let's say, for example, we can have we can do it this way. I can say identity. Let me just grab identity and say identity. Let me print something here and say new line. So print this and then add something like this to separate everything. Okay. And then in a new line, identity equals, and then I'm going to do this. No, it's not if you do string for now house for here. No, just the open door, close, move on. Right, so are we still there? Can we hear me?
Yes.
All right, no problem. So let's say this is me, and then here I'm just saying apologies. Okay, I've used identity here so that it won't crash. Let me say identify. I can put my student ID, say STU 2031, and then I can unpack it, and then unpacking it, I can create a variable called names. I don't think I've used names. I can use a variable called names, and then I can use a variable called ID, right? And then I can set it equals identity. Identify. I can set it equals identify. You see, automatically the color changed back, and automatically name has been set to favor, and then ID has been set to an ID that I gave. So this is what they call unpacking. Unpacking tuple. So this is what they call unpacking tuple. So and a tuple that is actually existing, but you actually don't know what's inside. So you want to know everything that is inside. So if you know the amount of stuff that is inside, you can just create some variables and assign that variable to the tuple. So with it, you will be able to grab each details that has been stored inside a particular tuple. And then with it, you can just print the details out. It's calling again. I think we'll just end the session here, and so let's say welcome, and let me add names. And then here, print again. As they say, let's say your ID. Your ID is, then I can call again. So let's run this and then see. Okay, so here, fresh. Okay, what happened? Fresh ID 24GST. Okay, so now this is the unpacking session here. So this is the unpacking tuple here that says, welcome favor, your ID is the ID that I set. So now for your challenge for this particular tuple section again. So the challenge, assignments, challenge, assignments, challenge. So what should you this as them writing a database with how many minutes is this? Okay, 28. We still have a few minutes. Okay, so we're going to create a tuple of 3 courses you are taking on PLP. Is it on or in PLP? I don't know. You understand? Change 1. What error do you get? So going to tell me the kind of error it pops. Then write code that loops through your tuple and prints prints I am currently studying, and then you now input all the courses that you have been inputting, so line by line. So I am inputting them by the course. So yes, lastly, then like build a program that accepts. Are we still there? I hope I'm still audible, like we can still hear me. I'm still in. Yeah. Hello, anyone?
Yes, we are still.
We are together. Seriously.
Okay, no problem. Then also stores them in a tuple and display the average. All right, so that's it. So let's just summarize everything that we've learned today in this second module, this tuple. So we learned what what a tuple is, and then we said we can use it to create and like we said we can use it to create like data structures, like a data structure that cannot be affected, like a data structure that you cannot edit, or whichever English you can use for that. So you know what a data tuple, what a tuple is, and then you can now create an access tuple. So and then you know the difference between list and tuple, and actually you can use tuple for protected data, and you also know tuple unpacking too, where you can build simple identity and like record system. So, all right. I would have want us to go into but I need to attend to those that I've been getting calls and response from. So we're going to end this section here today. Okay, looks like I'm back. Looks like I'm back. All right. So now the
I have a question. So anyone that knows the answer to it should kindly reply. Um, the app the presenter is using is VS Code, right? So I want to ask, and we are under. Yeah, thank you. So the app the presenter is using is VS Code. So I want to ask if I can use Python chat. I sorry Python charm. Have you used that? PyCharm, sorry, PyCharm. I can use PyCharm too, right? All right. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay. I want to okay. So please anyone help with the VS Code link to install for installation? Okay. All right. All right.
But wait,
Okay. Thank you so much.
this thing we do today now, is it? I said this thing we did today now. Is it like one of those things used to work at the back end of a? Okay, it will now display smoothly on the front end. Eh, Oga is back, oh, because there was a time I actually was not with you people like for like 20 whole minutes. So anyway, honestly, I just like to be going along with the instructor. Okay, welcome, Oga.
I didn't still know that I'm muted and been speaking since. Okay, so the connection here is actually very poor. I don't know why it's that way, but it's actually very, very poor. So I'll try as much as possible to set us free, like so that we can go and then do the assignment. So, but before we go, let me create my repositories. Okay, let me just go to yeah, this is my account right here. Let's use this my account. Let's use this account. So I hope you guys are still with me. Hello, are you guys still with me?
We are with you, like seriously.
Yes, but no one. You people should be answering, I beg. All right, so this is home. So I'm going to create a new repository.
So thank you guys for today's tutorial. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dami Arts Academy. And if this video has helped you thus far, like, share, and comment. God bless.
Hello, we can't hear. We can't hear.
Well, maybe Abby before he joins. Okay, he's speaking. Nobody say he's not speaking. As in, boss man, they continue to teach Abby. If you can hear us, we know they hear you. Boss man, we know they hear you.
My connection is just very poor, like very poor today. Okay. I think it's now stable now. Control. Oh. It's remote at origin. Okay. Let's keep it again. Python session. Don't mind me. This thing is still. So I'm not even bothering myself. So the one that we've learned today to access it. So enter. So that. Okay, and it's here. So it's here. Let me just grab you guys the code. Right, so you can have the link to the repository here. Don't know if this is actually getting through because it looks like it's not. Ah, my goodness, this is